Good Monday morning. Let me just do all these pop outs. Well, there's one vessel showing up of interest. We know, well, I think I know where the carrier is. Just to touch on this for a second, it's going to be another week. Maybe Saturday next week. I say, what? Yeah. And it's the only one that's showing up that I could find. U.S. government vessel near Malaysia. I have it on the map, but I gotta set everything up first. So let me get TikTok started so I don't have to repeat myself. But there it is. That's them. Oh gosh. That's the carrier group right there. And it is still way over here. It's got a long way to go still. It's got to go through here, around, and get to here. I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe we need to refresh. It's 5 days away at least. Don't show again. We don't need that. So to get here, it still has to go. Wow, this thing is buggy. For real. Wow. That is a buggy thing. It's still way over here. And it still has to go all the way around. And it's probably not going to be here for long. Damn, I just had it. Let me go live on TikTok. It's got a long way to go. So all these people saying, oh, it'll be here by 4 or 5 days. Wrong. Let me go live on TikTok. And now live. So let me go back to where it was. Uh-oh. Oh, here it is. U.S. government vessel. 2 of them. Wait for it. 5 minutes. And there it is. And there it is. It's going to... Well, if it left... When did they say it left? I don't remember. So there it is. It's still leaving the Strait. The Strait of, what is that? I can't even read it. It's got a long way to go. It still has to go all the way across, around, and then up. So it's still got a long way to go. And it's right about here somewhere. Where is it? Right? Where'd it go? Shit, it's not even that low. So it has to go all the way around. Saturday. It's still there. It is. U.S. government. Look at where it is. Updated 8. What is that? 6 minutes ago. Look where it is. It's got a long way to go. I can't. That's the only one I could find. I tried to find the Bush. It's not showing it. This one's showing for now. So the carrier is still far away. Oh, it'll be there by Saturday. It'll be there by Sunday. Wrong. Not even close. I read it's moving at 20 knots. And what's up, Manu? Oh man, I can't. Manu MC. It takes approximately 6 days. It's gonna take at least 5 to 6 days from where it is right now. Alexa, stop. It's gonna take 5 to 6 days from where it is now. Look how far it is still. The carrier is in the strait. So it's gonna be another week at least. Like for preparations, things to be in place. It's got a long way to go. Strait of Malaysia? Is that what that says? Malacca. Strait of Malacca. It's just exiting the Strait of Malacca. And it still hasn't even. Right here. Here they are. I wonder what the other one is. Won't show the picture. It shows the carrier picture, the Lincoln. That it shows. And that was updated a few minutes ago. 8 minutes ago. So, good morning, P2. It's got a long way to go. It's in the exiting the Strait of Malacca. Long way to go yet. So, it may not even be next weekend. I'm saying for prep. Now, that's the only military, because I'm not paying $100 for like a month so to remove all the filters. There's just no way. But yeah, that's the approximate position of it right now, right here. Look at it. Now, if we look at that, look where it's got to go. It still has to cross way over and then go around and up. Look at that. Now, if I take this off, we may lose the position of it. Oh, no, we won't. It still has a heck of a lot to go to get here. That's a lot of ocean right there to get here. What's good morning, Witch Moon? Maybe by this coming Saturday. Maybe. 5 more days, 6 more days to get to there. Now, I cannot find the Bush, the carrier. This is the only, without paying crazy amount of money, this is the only one that I could get right now. The only U.S., I put government vessel, because that's how it's showing up. Even though it does show an Indian warship in the Persian Gulf, but nothing else. So this is the only one that I could find. So just think, it has to go around, go through here to here. So heck no. Heck no. It's going to be a while. And that might be good timing, because by the other one, who knows where it is, because it's not showing. It has to go through Gibraltar and Gibraltar. Oh my God, I can't even say it. What's up, Jake? And Dylan. War Thunder. So it's going to come through here. So allegedly the bush has left, and it's going to come through here and then make its way to here, the Mediterranean. So they'll have one here and they'll have one here, if my assessment is correct. Now I can't find the other one. It won't even. The smart filters, it's not even going to, because I got to pay extra money for it, which I'm not. But this just gives us an idea. Now there was a tracking. I can't remember the tracker. I was doing this earlier, messing around with this. But anyway, that's where the carrier is. Yesterday it was here. Now it's here. So this thing has a long way to go. Long way. 2 minutes ago. And there it is. So I know people were saying, oh, it'll be there by Saturday of this past Saturday. Sunday, it's moving 720 miles per day. At top speed. Not so fast. And you got to figure, if there's any kind of ships here, like I didn't put that on the filter, cruise ships or anything, you would think people would take pictures, no? I guess not. Or they're not just releasing them, but it's there. 2 minutes ago. And there she is. Well, it's the Lincoln. And like I said, like, who said it? Manu said it. This is days away from getting to the theater. Days away. I mean, that has a long way to go. A long way to go to get here. And this is the choke point, the strait, where there's a lot of traffic. So if I was to put the filter, which I took a lot of it off, there is a lot of traffic in there. A lot. I mean, if I was to put all these filters back on, it is crazy. I mean, look at this. Look at all the. I mean, I'm adding them all back. Look at all the traffic in there. It's like a traffic jam. So that's why it's at that speed. It had to slow down to go through all this traffic. There is a lot of traffic in there. Look at all that traffic. It's not like it could just fly through here. So this is part of the problem, and you can see where most of the traffic goes. Look at that. So just based on this, you're thinking it's going to go, it's right here right now. It's going to go across, shortest point, and up. That would be the logical. The shortest point. So it's going to take some time. And those are tankers. So see the red? You're figuring it's going to follow the same trajectory as these tankers. So it's got a long way to go. Look at that. Wow. But we know where it is for now, as far as we can track it. I don't know how long it's going to show up, but for right now, we could see it. Let me get all these filters off because it's just nuts. I gotta leave believe tugs. Okay, there we go. That removes a lot of it. But remember, there's still a lot of traffic out there. It's just I removed all that. So there it is. 1 minute ago. Okay, that's the other one. There's two of them. That's it. There it is. Bottom line, there it is. There's the Lincoln. So like I said, this is days away. If Saturday, maybe more like Sunday. Today's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Well, it's early. Let's just say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, maybe by Saturday. Friday, Saturday, maybe 5-6 days. Who said that in chat? Somebody said that. Manu said it. Takes approximately 6 days. I see that as, yeah, maybe by Saturday that this gets in the area. Now, again, it could end up to be good timing because we don't know where the Bush is, the carrier strike group, coming from the Atlantic across. That might arrive in the Mediterranean just about as this is entering the Arabian Sea area. So who knows? And yeah, there's I mean, I'm not going to regurgitate the same thing going on. The rhetoric from really the one side is just crazy with the rhetoric. I mean, we can check it. Flight radars, normal. Nothing unusual. We're not going to see anything for at least a week, at least. So I'm not expecting much at all for the entire week. That's just my own opinion. At the least. I mean, it'll probably, if it happened, it would happen during the weekend because of the market effects. So maybe next Sunday morning local in Iran at the earliest. Do not expect anything for this week. Do not expect anything. The carrier, the one we can find, is still far away. It's not happening. It's so far away. So I think for at least this week, things should remain quiet. You never know. I don't think anything's going to happen because of this reason. The assets aren't in place. And this is the weird thing. The Iraqi prime minister went to Iran and saying, oh, the United States withdrew all its forces from most of the bases in Iraq completely. And they're like, oh, this is going to create a great relationship between Iran and Iraq. No, they're getting our people out. So if you hit our bases, there's no personnel there to threaten. We probably we gutted it. It's just the facilities, whatever. You could target them. There's no one there. But we're going to fuck you up. Bottom line. We're just going to wipe you. Now, again, there's major concerns about the retaliatory strikes against Israel. And did you guys hear about that earthquake in Israel? And they actually gave people warning that there could be an earthquake coming. Since when can we predict earthquakes? And then it happens. A lot of rumor and speculation is they tested some type of a nuclear thing underground. That got a lot of people's attention. Again, I'm not saying that is what it was, but there's a lot of speculation and rumor that they were doing some kind of underground nuclear test. I mean, whoa. So This could get, I mean, that's just scary in itself. No? I think so. I mean, if they're testing, if they did test a nuke, would they even think about it? A tactical nuke? Oh my gosh. Would Iran consider, does Iran have that we're not aware of, despite Midnight Hammer taking out Fordo, but did they have another facility, or are they being helped? Do they have something that we're not aware of? When everybody was so excited that we wiped it all out? So are you sure? Are you sure? Or a dirty bomb? Or bombs? There's a lot of ifs. You sure? I don't think anybody's sure. So this is scary. The potential here is scary. If we hit them, we have to hit them constant. Boom, boom, boom. Keep hitting them. Try to damage them as much as possible. And I would think Israel's going to have to get involved too, to pummel them. Iran is a big country. And that's why people say, oh, they could attack now without the carrier. Oh, really? Do we have enough in the area? Yeah, they're bringing fighters from all over Europe to Jordan, logistical supplies coming in, all that. But do we have enough to do the job? At least what we think could be a successful strikes. It's not going to be one. It's going to be multiple. They're going to have to pound them and take out as much as possible to create a scenario where there won't be a retaliatory as much as that there could be. They're going to have to try to take as much out as possible. And it's not going to be one strike. So you can have the B-2s and the B-52s and subs and tomahawks coming from destroyers. Is that enough? I say hell no. No way. We have to wait for these carriers to get into their position. It makes total sense. And I know people are like, when's it going to happen? When's it going to... That's if it happens at all. There's no guarantee. Unpredictable. Because they know what's at stake here. I mean, think about it. Once you do it, there's no return. There is none. I mean, I think a lot of people look at this as entertainment. It's not entertainment. This is some really very serious stuff going on. I mean, Iran is a big country. Don't underestimate the difficulties here. I mean, this is not good. I mean, you got to cover that whole country. There's a big country here. And is the Iron Dome, the arrows, the THAADs, is that really ready to take a barrage of missiles? Because they're going to unleash everything that they can. You know that. They're going to, as much as they can. That's why we got to hit them as hard as we can to prevent the retaliatory as much as we can. Jordan's defenses are up, intercepting as much as they can before it gets there. This is going to be, if it happens. So they're going to have to try to take out as much as possible. Hit them hard, make them panic, chaos, cyber attacks, people on the ground doing what they're going to do at the same time. Multi-pronged, if it happens. But you can't expect to hit them with one strike and carry out the mission successfully without worrying about the retaliatory, because you know where they're targeting, our bases and definitely Israel. And is Israel ready? That's the question. There's a lot of people that are saying, oh, our stockpiles are low, their stockpiles are low. That's a lot of talk that's going on right now. What about the stockpiles? To replace. But I mean, if you read it from the Israeli government, because I was reading the IDF, they say they've been building replacements nonstop since the 12 day. Well, I hope they have enough, because they may need every last one of them. And you know some are going to get through, like it did the last time. And God forbid one of those have a dirty bomb. And if that happened, you don't think Israel, who we don't know, never confirmed or denied they have nukes, would use one? Oh my God. Do you think Israel would use a nuke if they had to? If they got hit severely, you don't think they're going to retaliate with one of their nukes? I mean, if they were hit severely, you don't think so? I mean, they're going to try to defend whatever they can of their country. But the same thing goes with the regime. The regime is thinking, we've been trying to wipe Israel off the map, destroy Israel from the get-go, since the regime has been in power. You don't think they're looking at that too? So this is scary stuff. That's why I say, if you're going to do this, you better go all out. You got to bring it all. You got to make them totally panic, chaos, disrupt communications, defensive systems, countermeasures, everything. You've got to hit them hard. Not one strike. I mean, this can be a daily, non-stop hit. Could be days. And I think they would want to hit them as hard as they can, to not to prolong this, to drag it out into a longer conflict. This is, like I said, it's one thing to talk about this, but it's serious. This is serious for the whole region. So, I mean, like I said, people are like, oh, we got to do this, do that, do this. Just remember how serious this is and what the consequences could be for so many people throughout the whole area. And yeah, Russia's been flying stuff in. China's been flying stuff in to try to help the Iranians, the regime. So we just got to wait and see. But as far as this has a long way to go. And that's the Lincoln. It's got a long way to go. No, it's not there Saturday. It wasn't there yesterday. It's still got a ways to go. It would be impressive if this got here by Saturday. And I don't know, because I can't find it. I don't know where the Bush was heading east, and it's definitely going to take the shortcut, because this is the way you go to get into the Med right here. So they're probably going to send it right here. So you got the prong attack coming from this way. In Jordan, we've got the F-15s refueled. They sent them here to Jordan. So if you've got a carrier group here, you got planes in Jordan to defend. They're pulling the forces out of Iraq. You don't have to worry about Qatar so much, or Saudi Arabia. We've got the carrier group here where we can launch. We got a carrier group here where we can launch subs, destroyers, cruisers, etc. So you wait till this is positioned here and this is positioned here. You hit them from all sides. Well, not all sides, but from the west and from the south, and you just pummel. That's the only way. And of course, Diego Garcia down there, and B-2s, B-52s, you name it. Tomahawks, And I don't know what other special toys they might break out for this that we're not aware of. It's the only way to have a chance at success. So, because I've seen people make comments, oh, we could do it without a carrier. Oh, no, we can't. We may not even be able to do it with one carrier. Two. You're not making that move unless you have two carriers. There's no way. In my opinion, no way. Now, it could happen by the end of the month. But I'm going to chill out now because, like I said, there's so much rhetoric out there. Back and forth. Excuse me. You're hearing about, I heard that the 26-year-old that was detained, that they were going to execute, he was actually, I'm on TikTok, unalived in detention and beaten to unalive. And that they in the prisons, they were taking, I got to be careful because I'm on TikTok, they were unaliving people. Not publicly, but they're doing it in the prisons. That's doing that to people. We may not see it publicly. They're not putting it on state TV or whatever. That was interesting that they actually hacked their TV and they had Reza Pahlavi on the TVs on every channel. I was watching Tusi and he's showing videos of a person sitting there and changing all the channels. At every channel was showing Reza on there. And I was like, oh my gosh, they hacked their TV. So now the thing came on the phone is that now they're doing it to Israel. And I should read the messages coming in. So now there's a back and forth thing with the hacking. So that's going on. So there's, a lot of other stuff going on, but I still find it interesting that the carrier is still way over here. That's... I was listening to what other people saying. I was listening to what other people were saying because I have no experience when it comes to this at all. Zero. And yeah, it'll be there by Saturday. Really? It's moving that fast? From the South China Sea, it's going to get to the Arabian Sea in 4 days? Well, it depends on the speed. Well, what I seen, it was moving at 20 knots. And like I said, that choke point, the Strait of Malacca, whatever it's called, there's a lot of traffic in there. You can't go too fast in there. There's a lot of ships that travel through there. So I was like, really? Not so fast. Okay, hold on. Let me see if there's anything coming in. Oh, yeah, there is. Oh, no. Wait. See, now this is weird because something came in from Israel about the Lincoln. Let's see what they're saying. I'm curious. What are they saying about the Lincoln? Oh, they're showing the position. They're way off. It was just spotted entering the Malacca Strait between Malaysia and Indonesia. Well, you're a little off there. How is it when I'm talking about it? Yeah, they got it way off. They got it like at the beginning of the strait. It's already exiting the strait, so that's old news. This was at 8 o'clock this morning, so not even an hour. U.S. officials to Israel's Channel 12. An attack is inevitable. It's only a matter of time. The U.S. is preparing to respond. Yeah, they're getting all their assets in place. Duh. If it happens, there's a lot of rhetoric. You can't buy into, too much. That's up to the president. Even though he said it's time for new leadership in Iran. Okay, there's nothing else coming in from Israel that I'm seeing here. And we can check, but they're way off. They put a report just now that it was entering the strait here. They had the location here. It's already here. No. So, like I said, it's still look how far it still has to go. That's a lot of ocean to cover. And they'll take the shortcut. It'll go like this, and then cut up, and then it'll take the shortest route, of course. But still, that's a lot of ocean to cover. And like I said, I don't know where the bush is because it's not coming up. They want for all the filters to be removed $100 a month for this. I'm not spending $100. This is good enough. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go crazy. But yeah, just so now you guys know. And if you click on it, it gives you the latest 2 minutes ago. So that's pretty accurate. As they lead us to believe it's accurate. I'm not saying with certainty that that's accurate. Based on this, that's where it's saying it is. So who knows? And like I said, we could check X with all the rhetoric, all the things going on. Nothing's happening for at least a week. I'm letting everybody know that right now. Don't expect anything to happen for at least a week, if not more. It may take more than that. It may not happen at all. Just saying. Don't everybody thinking it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Well, maybe not. But if it does, it ain't going to happen for at least a week. Because they got to get the pieces in place. The pieces are not in place. And we don't know what the stockpile is in Israel for their Iron Dome. Just don't. They may not be ready. Nobody's moving until they think they're ready. Let me see if I find anything. Like I said, they're regurgitating the same videos, you know. Let's see if Reza put anything up. That's unbelievable that they hacked the Iranian-run state TV. Their intranet is back. That's the internet within the country. Oh, that's old. I'm looking if he... Yeah, this is old stuff now. The last thing he posted was the battle. This is 20 hours ago. The battle in Iran today is between occupation and liberation. The Iranian people have called for me to lead. I will return to Iran. That's the last thing on X. Let's see what Lindsay's saying. Because he likes to talk. He's talking about the Davos Economic Forum, China, Russia. The president of Iran's going to be there. What a joke. And he hasn't put... He hasn't put too much now. RT RT said Lindsey Graham holds secret talks with Mossad boss in Israel. Is he speaking for all of America? So RT is putting this stuff out there. Oh my God. Let's see. Let me see if the president posted anything on Truth Social. It's mostly Greenland right now. And domestic stuff. We know that. Yeah. He's talking about the elections. Okay, so nothing new. Nothing really new. Just one post. Most of it is domestic related. Nothing to do with Iran. Other than him sharing a post with Mark Levin, which he said, I predict Trump will visit a free Iran, a free Havana, and a free Caracas before he leaves office. So he reposted that. A Fox News interview with Mark Levin. I'll share it on the screen. Quick. This is what he shared. I don't want to get in trouble, so this is the video he shared. I predict Trump will visit a free Iran, a free Havana, a free Caracas before he leaves office. So that's what the president shared. That's the only thing recent that he shared. Other than that, and I hate to say it, it's a regurgitation of the videos that we've seen for the past few weeks. And then Ted Cruz went on an interview and said, I agree with President Trump. Iran needs new leadership. So they're following the president's lead. And then Anonymous is taking responsibility for the hijack. That's what they're saying. They're taking responsibility for it. Anonymous, we hijacked the satellite broadcast that was going out throughout Iran, the state, and ripped your propaganda mask off in front of the world. For a moment, your state TV stopped serving lies and showed the truth you fear most, the people rising. You can arrest bodies, but you can't arrest an idea. You can jam signals, but you can't silence a nation. Wow. Expect us. Wow. This was a warning. Your control is fragile. Your systems are exposed. Your time is running out. To the people of Iran, you are not alone. Good morning, Astro and Fringe. So, this is interesting. Look at that. And that's just a little snippet of the cyber aspect. That's just a snippet. I did download. I want to just show it quick. I downloaded something off. I think I did. Oh no, I sent the link to myself, I think. Hold on. Did I download it? Let me see if it's on my computer. I don't think I did yet. I think maybe I did. I forget. I saw this and I had to grab it. I'm pretty sure I downloaded it. Or maybe I did not. What is this? Where's this video going to show up now on my monitors? Which one? I have 4 of them, so here it's on this side. Oh yeah, here it is. Check this out. I thought this was pretty interesting. And again, just look at it. I thought this was pretty wild to look at. How they got their tentacles throughout the region. And here we come. And pretty much, they're going to have to hit it that hard. And then it's gone. I was like, that's an interesting little thing right there. But it's going to take a pounding like that. It's That's why I said we're not ready. You need those. That is creepy, right? A spirit of dialogue. What? What's this? Is currently underway in Davos under the theme A Spirit of Dialogue. They can go drop. There is no dialogue. He called our president a criminal and responsible for the thousands of people that were unalived. Are you serious? I think, and the president was read that during a Politico interview. Do you think the president, that's why he said it's time for new leadership? He's had it. They've threatened his life on state TV. And they've done it in the past. I mean, seriously, how much do you think the president's going to take? I mean, now he's just saying, that's it. Now they're making this personal against me. Now they're done. When you think about the people who make things personal, even in the political sense here in our country, what happens to them? I mean, if you go after him politically here, he's coming after you. Can you imagine if somebody's literally threatening his life and calling him a criminal? Are you serious? Oh, that's a dumb, stupid mistake. Don't do that. Have you not been paying attention? This is not the guy you do that with. When, like I said, when it happens here politically, if you even say something, he's coming after you. Let alone if you're threatening his life and calling him a criminal and responsible for the lives of the people that were uprising for a revolution against your regime, and you're calling the president responsible and trying to say it was the U.S. and Mossad, when we all know what was going on the streets, people chanting death to the Khomeini, death to the dictator, you know, all that. Are you serious? I mean, really? And then you see how they changed the flag back under pressure from Iran and the embassy in the UK, and people were brutalized when they were protesting. I mean, what the fuck is going on in the UK? Meanwhile, if you look at what the protests were like in Canada, beautiful, thousands of people. Even here in this country where there's a population, people are coming out, except for that U-Haul incident. So what the hell is going on? All right, I'm going to read what they're saying in here now. Daisy. Let me catch up to you guys. What a big boost to hope for them. Imagine not having any news from the world and not even knowing if people know what is going on. And that's why Goldie and Tusi deserve a lot of credit doing what they do. Because I've heard criticism that, you know, they go, oh, not so, a little bit on Tusi, but how Goldie goes a little over the bar. She's passionate. She's Iranian. So is Armin. So is Tusi. I mean, think of what Tusi's going through. I can't never say his name. Mayar? I can't say his name. I have problems pronouncing people's names. He's got his father there. I mean, they've got people they love there. They have ties. It's their people. I mean, and you're going to blame them from getting excited and because they have hope. I mean, my gosh. And I know people, I've seen the criticism in the chats at times. I get what you guys are saying. It seems over the top. But put yourselves in their shoes and how would you feel if, my God, thousands of people, and the numbers are probably a lot higher than we know. That is bullshit. That is 12,000. It's probably way higher than that. And going house to house, rounding up people. All the stories we've heard coming out of Iran. You got to have hope and try to stay positive and try to think on those terms. It's so difficult when you know here in the heart that so many people are suffering there and they're trying to keep it positive. But they know. They don't want to make it gloom and doom. They do enough of that. But it's also good to talk about the positive things. Because they have a lot of people that are Iranian either here, outside of Iran, and in Iran that are watching them. They need that inspiration. They need to see them passionate. They need to see that. It keeps them going. It gives them hope. You turn off that light. You shut off the hope. It's done. So it's important what they're doing. And also because the mainstream media, which I don't watch, I can't say because I don't watch. Every clip I see on X is coming from Fox News. To be honest, I don't see nothing coming from CNN, MS. What is it now? It's Fox. So what is the mainstream media doing? So it's people, and I'm just saying it. I'm being honest. It's people like Goldie and Tusi and whoever else is putting the information out there that are providing a service to the public globally to put the information, see the things coming out from inside the country. And then to be able to translate it to English so we all know, because a lot of it is in Persian. A lot of it is not translated. You know what I mean? I gotta catch up to chats now. Iran internal affairs are none of America's business. That's what Need to Quit said. So that's what Need to Quit said. It's none of our business. Stay out of it. That's an internal issue. So there's that point. And from an American perspective, if this doesn't go like planned and this turns into a long drawn out war, is that what truly Americans want? No wars. And what about ramifications? Just saying. Based on what Need to Quit said. And you know me, I'm going to put everybody's comment out there. I'm catching up again. Probably spiritual accurate to the Prince of Persia. And I know there's a lot of people here. Oh no. This can't be happening now. I hope it's not going to happen now because I'm live. What is it, Mama? What is it, Mom? Nothing. Okay. And good morning to all of you too. Okay, I read that. I woke up to the weather forecast for next weekend showing a potential for a massive ice and snowstorm over my part of Texas. You don't want to see what my outside looks like. I've been removing snow for the past 2 days. Get that too and bread early. Narcissistic. You guys are talking about the weather. I've got my wood stove on right now. Well, the Farsi speaking community doesn't like Goldie for many reasons. One is her last one is for her ignoring the question of that happens to the super chat donations. I don't know what that's referring to. So Sep wants me to share an X link. She was right. The activists didn't get it. Most Iranians there clearly want Trump to end the regime. But, like, okay, so here's the thing. Like Need to Quit said, if we leave it for the regime who has such a military and the people have no chance, if this is truly what the vast majority of Iranians want is regime change, how do they do it when they're not armed? Oh, they're getting weapons from the Mossad in the United States, right? This will never change. But is it in America's best interest to get involved in an internal affair of Iran? I'm just saying, like somebody wrote on TikTok. I'm just putting that out there to, based on what somebody wrote on TikTok. I've been watching Tuesday. Thanks, Bill, for sharing last week. I'm a weather nerd. I am a big weather nerd. I do a lot of weather stuff. You have no idea. I've been doing it for a long time. How can anyone look away when so many are being, you know what? The cries, I can feel them. There are some really stupid people who think toppling the regime can be done without external help. You have to remember, like I said, what do the Iranian people want? That's the question. They're asking for external help to free them from the regime? There are a lot of people, I mean, not a lot, there are some people out there that support the regime. And that they don't want it to fall. They don't want the United States to get involved or anybody else because they want to keep it status quo. Because everybody has a personal interest. Like I said, I would like to know what the majority of the Iranian people in Iran want. Do they want the U.S. to get involved or not? And I would bet probably at least 80% want change. No? I don't know. I'm not there. I cannot say. I don't know. But like I said, there's a lot of people are saying that too, showing a lot of sleet and ice January 24th for me. Somebody mentioned that in the other chat too, of a big storm. I'll check that in a second. But you know what I mean? To be fair, I don't know. All I know is based on what I'm looking at, the pieces are being put in place in the event that the United States does strike. Not saying it is. All I'm saying is the pieces are being put in place. Now I'm going to get rid of this window because I had the... Yeah, let's look at it one more time. Oh boy, it disappeared. Where is it now? Right here. So on this map where you see it, This is where the Lincoln is right now, the carrier. That's its current location as it's heading to the Arabian Sea. And it's going to take a few more days to get there, obviously. So that is the Lincoln. Right there. It's going to take at least 4 to 5 more days at least to get to where it needs to be. So as I mentioned earlier, nothing's going to go down at least for a week. Yeah, that's true. Which Moon said, if we don't get involved, someone we do not want will. That's true. Will Israel decide to do it on their own? No. I think they're waiting for us. There's some really I read that. I clicked on it and I read that. Okay. So there you go. And it has to go through here. And it's going to be as close as possible to make this turn because that is the route of the tankers. If I put tankers, you'll see where they go. So it's going to pretty much follow that same path as close as they can to get up to here. So it's going to take some time. I say by Saturday. Good morning, Candace. Just to put this in perspective, that's where it is. Oh, I hit a tanker. Hold on, let me get rid of the tanker filter. So it still has a long way to go. And I mean, it's not even worth watching this right now because nothing's going down for at minimal a week. There's no way anything is happening, if at all, till the carrier gets here. And remember, I don't know where it is. It won't let me. I don't know where the Lincoln is. They're not showing that. But it was heading east. And it's going to go through the Strait of Gibraltar. I can't never say the word Gibraltar or whatever. Oh my God, I can't say it. I'm such a bad New Yorker. But it's definitely going to go through here. Gibraltar. I can't say it. But it's going to come through here to get to the Mediterranean. And that would be the second carrier. Here. But it's definitely going to come through here and make its way right in here. So you'll have one here and you'll have one here. That's the only way. The only way. You will not see anything happen before then. I would bet on that. If at all. Who knows? Good morning, Kevin. You won't see a lot of our Navy covert. Of course not. That's like Flight Radar. People are like, look at Flight Radar, military. Transponders are off. They're not going to show you where they are. Only what they want you to see. Same goes with the Navy or anything else military. I mean, I seen on this map, which I found interesting, there was an Indian, it said Indian military ship. I don't see it now, though. No, I don't see it now. There was an Indian military ship in the Persian Gulf. I don't see it now. That was earlier. It was at the mouth of the Persian Gulf, but now it's not there. I'm looking. But I seen it earlier. It said Indian Military Navy. I was like, whoa. But it's not showing anything else. And it was right around here. But now I can't find it. And you know that drone's been observing this. I wonder what the military has been showing. That's interesting. What happened? Why isn't the military filter working? That's interesting. What's going on? Look at that. That's weird. How it's not showing it now. Maybe that's why. Duh. Oh, what's that? Yeah, it might be in the air. What is that? Maybe not. What is this? XXXXX. Oh, it is. There's the drone. We were just talking about it. There it is. Flying around. The MQ-4C Triton. Look where it's checking, too. The whole Persian Gulf, the Strait of Hormuz. Look at it. Because they're watching to see if they're going to do anything to place mines. They're watching the activities along the Iranian coastline in the Persian Gulf to see if they're up to anything, obviously. Obviously. Read second comment. What's going on? And watch the Iranian and office freak out. See what they are doing, banking, weapons, sheltering, etc. Then watch the show. You won't see a lot of our Navy. I got you. I see that, Candace. So yeah, this has been busy. Monitoring the Persian Gulf. Another thing to keep an eye on is hitting more targets in Syria. What are they up to? This just left. What is this? A Voyager? No, that's an Atlas. It came from Greece. That's probably a C-17. Yeah. But if you look, I'm just checking. There's a lot of talk about pulling our personnel out of Iraq. And I don't know if that's going to come up. And they're like bragging about it. Because he went to Tehran, I believe the prime minister. Oh, you got all the U.S. troops out of your country. Except for one area. Here, look. This is just to show you what they're putting out there now. You ready? They're pulling out the troops to protect them from getting hit at the bases. Breaking. U.S. military completes withdrawal from Iraq after 20 plus years. The U.S. just pulled out of Iraq after more than 2 decades. Last troops left Al-Assad Air Base in western Iraq. Well, why do you think they did that? Because we don't want to put any of our personnel at risk. That's why. Because you know what? Target it. We got all our assets out of there. We gutted it. Do it. Protecting our servicemen and women. That's why. It was scheduled for a few years, part of the agreement to turn the base over to them, just like we did in Afghanistan last year. Yeah. Well, now it's being, I think, a little rushed to get all our personnel out because of the threat of Iran to our bases. I think that's part of it. There is a lot of posturing going on, definitely. When watching Iran for the past week, regime, you know where targets are currently. Of course. So this is, I just wanted to show this because this is out there. And the foreign minister went to Iran and they were like celebrating it. And I don't know if they're going to show it in here. See? RT. Iraq assumes control. Iraqi generals tour base. Troops armed and ready. Armed and ready for what? Armed and ready for what? Look, it's gutted. There's nothing left. Gutted. It's not like we left stuff behind like in other places like Afghanistan. The president made sure everything was removed. And now, you know what? One target is gone, another one may be created. I'd be very careful if I were the Iraqis. Because you know what? We'll take our old base out, and you included, if you even think about helping them. You're just a target too now. You know what I mean? It can flip. Take the base. What does that mean? What are you going to do? Attack U.S. personnel where? You're going to help Iran defend? It was scheduled. Oh, yeah, I read that. And what's up, Mom Knows Best? It's 18. I'm going to get into the weather in a second. I'm just hoping like Russia and China didn't send over some long-range missiles. Daisy, they've been sending stuff there. It's been constant. The resupply. I read somewhere that it's like crazy amount of flights have been coming in. What got me alarmed a little bit was that earthquake in Israel. What the hell was that about? There was no aftershocks. Oh my God. What? Man and boy critical after 3 shark attacks off Sydney in just 24 hours. Oh my God. Ooh. So yeah, this is what's going on. Oh, this is the 15th though. So this is another post. The Islamic movement of Iraq. And it's the same trucks that moved into the United States base. Do these not look familiar? Look, video photos confirm the presence of Iraqi Shia militia vehicles belonging to the armed wing of the Islamic movement of Iraq, commanded by Abu Azrael, in the streets of whatever Iran. In Iran. So they brought them into Iran. The Iraqi Shia militia, Islamic movement of Iraq, were in the streets of Iran. So wait a minute. Somebody said it's an internal problem of Iran. So Iran can bring in militia groups from Iraq, Hezbollah from Lebanon, and God only knows where else. So that's an internal issue. But they're bringing external people to help possibly even unalive the Iranian citizens? That doesn't sound internal to me. Sounds like they're getting external help to suppress the people. So if they're allowed to get external help to suppress the people, why can't the people request external help from the United States to go after the fucking regime? Oh, but that's okay. They can get external help to help them suppress their own people from all these proxy groups. That's okay. Whether they come from Syria, Iraq, Lebanon, that's external. That's not internal. They're getting external help from other groups to help them kill and oppress their own people. So if that works for them, why can't the people request external help from, say, the United States to help take out the regime that's oppressing them? You can't have it one way. It works two ways. You can't want it one way and then complain about the other way. If you're doing it, then why can't the other side do it? That doesn't make any sense to me. So that just destroys that logic. You can't say it's an internal problem of Iran. U.S. should stay out. But Iran's not doing an internal. They're bringing outside forces to oppress and kill their own people and patrol the streets for martial law. Those are external forces. But yet they're blaming the United States for plotting this from the beginning and arming them and responsible for the thousands of people that lost their lives. The hypocrisy is a bitch. Okay. I read that. I was born and lived in West Ohio. Have a great day, Candace. You have to go out and take care of a lot of snow. Lake effect here, 18 degrees, wind. I've had like a foot of snow in the last 2 days. Oh my God. Don't even start. And it is supposed to get crazy cold this week. I'm going to see if the president done anything. No, nothing yet. Matter of fact, let me check the weather quick. Everybody's talking about the weather. Oh my God, look at that system up in the Ohio Valley. Oh my gosh. I wonder how they're doing over there. Look at this. Look at that lake effect machine. Oh my gosh, they're getting pummeled. Look at this low pressure right here. They're getting hit. I can only imagine. Look at the winds. Look at the temperatures behind it. Oh my gosh, look how cold that is. And it's cold here, but it's going to get even colder once this system moves through. Now, some people were saying about next week. I want to see what this map's. Look at this, another diving system coming down. It's still warm down to the south. It's going to be cold here. And there's a system right there. Wow, look at the temperatures down south. Holy cow, look at that. 17 in Oklahoma City. Oh my God, look at these temperatures down south. It's going to be colder here than it is where I am. Wow. 17 in Little Rock. Wow, look at this. And you're going to have precipitation. This is going to be bad for you guys at the end of the week down south. Oklahoma, Texas, Tennessee, Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, northern. Wow. Wow, look at it sink even further. 14, 23 in Dallas. Look at these temperatures in Dallas. 16. Nashville 16. Oh my gosh, and that's at noon on Saturday. Wow. That is crazy cold. It's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be colder there than it is up here up north. And then look at that, still sitting there, this cold air. Don't get it twisted. It'll be cold here too. Wow, this cold is not going away. Look at these temperatures in North Carolina. 18, 19. Look at these temperatures. And that's at what? 6 p.m. This is Sunday. Wow, look at this. Another system. Big snowmaker up here again. They're getting pounded up there. But look at these single digits. At 10 a.m., look at these temperatures in the morning. Little Rock, 5. Single digits. Wow, you people down south better prepare. I'm serious. Get your heaters. You better be prepared for this. 3 degrees. 16, 21 in Charleston. Let me see by me. Oh my God, is that a negative? Negative 13. Okay, 11 by me. Oh my gosh, this is cray cray. Get ready, people. A low pressure here. This might bring us snow. Anyway, look at this crazy cold weather for pretty much this part of the country. Split the country, Texas, over. Even in here it's cold. Colder than normal for them. So get ready. Get ready. Speaking of that, I need more wood. Wow. The weather might be the story here for a lot of people. The weather. Oh my gosh. Florida Panhandle got snow over the weekend. Oh, you're going to get it up in the Ohio Valley. I'm sorry, Sep. I'm catching up now to the chat. Hello to everybody on TikTok. Freezing in Texas now at 38. I'm telling you, the people down south, if you don't have heaters, I don't know how the stores are. They probably, the Lowe's, the Home Depots. Be careful of price gouging, number one. You may want to order some stuff online because it's going to be cold for a prolonged period of time. Pipes freeze. You got to worry about all that. See, like up here, we have, in my lines, in my baseboard heating, I have antifreeze in the lines. And it's for minus 30. You guys don't have that. I don't know how it works for you guys. I mean, it's different. You have maybe electric baseboard heating. I don't know. All I know is prepare for cold. Really cold. It's going to get colder. What's this now? I'm going to go into the thing in a minute, what you said, Fringe, about the earthquake. Snow apocalypse in Russia. Oh my gosh, what the heck is going on? Take a look at the link, please, Bill. Oh my God. In Russia. Russia's Kamchatka faces snow apocalypse as record snowfall buries cities. Oh my God. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Watch on X. Let's go to X. Oh my God. And look, people are people no matter where they're from. Suffering, it's always the people. Oh my God, they're buried. You can't even see them feet. Oh my God. Look at the drifts. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. Oh my, how do you, oh, that's just, that is above and beyond cray cray. That is crazy. That is crazy. I'm not complaining now. Oh, one of my lighters just went bye-bye. That's unbelievable. Thank you for the link. 13-story snow drifts. Oh my God, that's just nuts. Holy cow. That's crazy. I gotta get rid of some of my links here. We'll keep these up. All right, what's this now? What's this link? The same thing in Russia. Oh my God, 13-story drifts. Is that real? Is that real? Look at the building. Look at this. Is that real? Look at that. Oh my God. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I've never ever seen anything like that in my life. Not like this. This is just insane. That I've never seen anything like. That is crazy. That is crazy. I did get the pics. Whole town swallowed. That's real, they're saying. Oh my God. All right. Have a great one, Candace. Oh, okay, let me see what you guys are writing. Gulf Shores, Alabama went right past us in central Alabama and dumped on the beaches. Oh boy, you know it does usually come once or twice. Oh, worst in January, February 2021 was a nightmare. Worst winter I ever had, and I'm from Ohio. It's just that we aren't equipped, I know. That's why I say if you're down south, prepare. Prepare for that cold. I just say this as advice. Go shopping. Go food shopping. Do what you got to do. Get your supplies. Because you're not going to want to be out there. Especially if you have icy conditions. Because there is going to be a precipitation on the map associated with this cold at times. You don't want to be out there. If you can, go get your stuff now. Prepare. I'm just saying that. I haven't seen snow like this since 2005 in Iran. We had snow till the 4th floor. In Iran? I remember the 1978 winter up here too. I remember the city having a big major snowstorm when I was a little kid. When I lived in the city. Up here, it was 2014. We got hit with back-to-back storms. We had like 3 feet of snow. We've had our times up here. But my gosh, that is crazy. And I'm not saying this as like an alarmist. You people down south, even on the East Coast down south, I don't know about the temperature is like from Central Florida up north. Central Florida is, but the Panhandle, you should all prepare. That's my advice. Prepare for this crazy cold. And please, God, don't use any gas generators inside, please. Please don't. Oh my God. Want to see my house? This is my house right now. The front yard. Look at it. It's a freaking winter wonderland over here. I cleaned. I had to do it 4 times in the last 2 days with the snowblower. What's up, Skip to Grace? That's what it looks like in front of my house. Oh my God, I gotta check the backyard. I cleaned the gazebo once. I gotta check the gazebo. Oh no, is the gazebo camera gonna work? Yes. I may have to go outside. Oh no, it's not too bad. See, I have to clean this for the weight of the snow. But I did it. I did do it. It's not too bad, but I'm going to have to go out later with that squeegee and get more of this snow off, because as this melts or turns to ice, it's just going to weigh heavier on these panels. Even though these panels are meant to take it, I don't like taking chances. My poor pool is like a freaking ice skating rink right now. You want to see something cute? You want to? Let's see if the cats, because they probably got to get fed. They'll come out. As soon as I go outside, I'll even put the mic on. Look at the front. We had like a foot of snow. The poor bike, the cover fell off. I've been putting stuff away, so I had these things out there. The cats are in heated houses in here. Oh my God. And it ain't gonna melt anytime soon. Let me see if I could put the mic. Allow. No, we don't want that. It's gotta be this one. No. Yes. All right, we should hear the mic from outside. I'm going out. I'm gonna feed the cats. Right now. They have to be fed. But watch them if they're there. They like to lay on the side of the house, but they're not gonna lay because there's too much snow. Let me feed them. It's gonna get very, very, very cold. The whole country, minus the, it's gonna get very, very fucking cold. They're eating. Cats. I just gave them food. They're both in the houses, but they're both eating now. So they got heated houses. I make sure of that. They got heated houses. They're eating now. They came out of the house. So there's 2 houses there. There's one big one here. There's another one here. So there's 2 of them. They were 1 in each. They're feral cats. And I put the plate with the food right here. So they're both eating right now. Thank God. So they're okay. Like I said, they got heating pads in their outdoor pads. So at least they're warm. And that's why I put that cover to try to keep it, protected for them. And thank God I do with this tarp. And they're able to be protected somewhat with their houses. And the houses are on pallets. They're not on the ground. They're off the ground. They're on pallets. So thank God they're okay, the cats. Tycho loves it. He's a husky. He loves the snow. He pulls me into the snow. I'm like, don't do that. He just drags me into the snow. So yeah, it's a winter wonderland. But it's not as bad as other places. But this ain't gonna melt. Ain't going nowhere. This isn't going anywhere anytime soon. This is not gonna melt because it's just gonna be so cold here. So this snow is gonna be sticking around for a while. And like I said, it's not gonna get warm for at least 2 weeks. We're in it. But so are a lot of you. Matter of fact, we should check that. What they're saying about this Arctic blast coming. Because they got to be talking about it. They just have to be. If they're not, that's irresponsible. They should be warning people. Stormy lake setup raises snow risk and ice impacts. Wow. They're not talking about the cold air. I can't believe it. Paired with a long-lasting cold pattern, are highlighting a storm later this week into the upcoming weekend that could pose a widespread risk of snow and even ice. Let's take a look for us here in the States. Okay, there's the low pressure. Rounds of snow and cold through Wednesday. Persistent cold. And there it is. And there it is, this low pressure moving east. Look at all these places of snow and ice, how far south it goes. Wow. Even here, of course, but look at that. Look how far south that dips. Wow. Dagger's like so pretty. Hey, Dagger, you might be in it. Look at Alabama. I mean, look at Georgia, the Carolinas, Tennessee, Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, most of Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. I mean, and points north. Look at this. Well below. Up here. Wow. Wow. So yeah, get ready. Get ready, everybody. Get ready. That dips below you, Witch Moon? That's what I'm saying. Prepare. Okay, hold on. Somebody's messaging me. Okay. So yeah, prepare for the cold. That's what I would say. I've got my fire cranking. I'm curious to see what they're saying my weather's going to be for like the next week. I'm even afraid to look. If it's bad for you, it's bad for me. It's 21 here right now. I know we got off on weather, but everybody was bringing up weather stuff on the chats. I'm even afraid to look. Tomorrow, the high 22, going down to 5. 28, 40 on Thursday, then back down, 30. On Saturday, no snow, -1 at night, 12 degrees is the high. Sunday, 10, -1. Monday, 16, 2 degrees at night. 19, 3, Tuesday. Wednesday, 16, 8. Then we get to 21, 24, 29. And then finally, it's not even looking good. Look at this shit. This is crazy. So, today, look at this. 22, 28, 40. Wow. 30, 12, 10, 16, 19, 16. Look at these crazy cold numbers. Into almost mid-February. First week of February. And then you don't trust anything, too far out. So, yeah, it's going to be cold here, too. For a prolonged period of time. So, I better...
It's a sunny 23 degrees right
Alexa,
now.
stop. I better make a path to my oil tank. Because I got to make sure I have oil. Because that's just crazy. All right, somebody's sending me another link. Fringe. Oh, it's a video.
Mavericks at home today.
I don't know how much I could show her this.
For weathers, and the Rangers are planning major changes.
Alexa, stop. Oh my God. I can't show the whole video. This is Russia again. Look how big this. Look at that drifts. That's crazy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at that. And what's the sense of? Well, I guess you have to unbury your car, but you ain't going nowhere. You can forget about that. Oh my God. I hope these people have food and power. That is crazy. Okay, that's not. I don't even know what the hell that is. I'm just skimming because I can't show the video. Wow. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Never. I've seen buffalo with the lake effects, and it can be crazy, but I've never seen it like this. Those drifts, stories high. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I've never seen it up like stories high. The drifts. And you can only imagine how long that snow is going to linger for them. Oh my God. That's just nutty. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. So it is real. Let's see what everybody's saying. We get cold from Wednesday here until next Monday. Temperatures will be 35, Navi says. That dips below me. Even got my soup beans cooking and getting ready to make some cornbread. You know what? You made me think. See, I get deliveries from Walmart. I think it might be time to get some supplies, like to make soup. I make chicken noodle that's outrageous. Do you want to send pictures? Do you want to send pictures from here? You're a mod, so you can put pictures, Navi. I made you a mod if you want to put a link to something. Good morning, Tank. It's 34 in Central. Oh, you guys, no snow. How about, dude? You're gonna get mad cold by the weekend. Even where you are. Prepare. The temperatures are happening from Central, South, North to the East Coast. Get ready. I'm telling you, get ready. We were looking at the map a little while ago. It's gonna get cold throughout most of the country. Teens, single digits at night. It's happening like all over the place. You better check your local weather. I suggest all of you check your local weather on how cold it's going to get where you are. I don't know if you can hear it, but you can hear my wood stove crackling and popping in the background. A little perspective is very far north and on a coastal area. I just made some homemade chicken soup. Takes 2 days to make it. Man, it's so good. See, now I'll do this when I'm off. I can't believe it's only 10 a.m., a little after 10. I closed that app where just to show people one more time, I forgot what it was. Marine Tracker, is it? Marine Traffic. MarineTraffic.com. Somebody asked what that app was. My filter should still be here. It's marinetracker.com for those interested. Marine Tracker. Where is the U.S. ships? There's a Coast Guard ship. Look at that. That's interesting. Indian warship. Okay, where's the American? There it is. There's our carrier. There it is. There's the Lincoln. Currently. So there is the Lincoln. Strait of Malacca. Oh, Malacca. Malacca. And there it is. It's got a ways to go, to say the least. A ways to go to get here. So maybe Saturday it gets here? Maybe. I'm also hearing that California is on earthquake watch too. What? Why? I dread it. I'm disabled from, oh my God. I don't get around too good. If it ices and snows, I can't get out. My wife says I'm at full risk. So you know what you got to do, Tank? Go out shopping now. Get what you need for the rest of the week. I'm telling you. My advice. Get what you do it now before the crazy, really cold weather comes by midweek into the weekend. That's just my advice. That's what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna order it from delivery. I get free delivery on Walmart. So I'm gonna do that after I get off later. Place an order to last for the rest of the week. I have stuff, but I want to make soup, like food design for this cold. My fire is going pretty good right now. But yeah, I don't see anything going on for the next week. Because, and I know, there's people with varying opinions. I get it. But if we're going to hit, we're going to wait for both carrier groups to get there. If we're going to do anything, we're going to wait for the two carrier groups to be in position. Not just the one. We're going to wait for the Bush to get across and get into the Mediterranean, too. We're going to wait till both are in place. It's not going to happen just because the Lincoln gets there. Oh, it's time! They're going to wait till the Bush carrier gets there, too. Into the Mediterranean. They're not going to just act on one. They want both there. That's just my opinion. Yeah, we won't see action until next week at the earliest. At the earliest. Maybe next weekend. It depends, because I can't track where the Bush is. Oh, let me check one site. There is another site I can check. I don't know if they updated it. The fleet tracker. They're not showing the Bush. And this is old data. This is from the 12th. They're not showing where the Bush is. It's the USNI site. It is not showing it. And it's only from the 12th. They don't update it all the time. They're showing where the Ford and the Iwo Jima is, but they're not showing where the Bush is. I'm trying to see if I find any information. That's the Lincoln. Carrier Lincoln. Oh my God. You want to see the details of the Lincoln? This is a pretty good site. At least public. I'm going to try to make it bigger so you can see. Okay. Look, check this out. Carrier, Abraham Lincoln. I'm not going to read all this. I'll leave it on the screen for all of you to read. Raptors. Look at that. The Black Knights of Marine. F-35s, F-18s, the Hornets. And you got the 22s, you got the 35s, you've got all kinds of stuff. Destroyer Squadron 21. In the South Pacific, in the Caribbean, we know. Two U.S. Navy. There's gotta be. Okay, the Ford. That's where we know is Venezuela. the Red Sea. Interesting. We know those are there, the Roosevelt. Everybody was thinking the carrier group Roosevelt was there. No, 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 no. It was this. People got that twisted. Wrong. It was actually that Roosevelt. People were getting it a little confused which Roosevelt they were alluding to. In the Persian Gulf. Mine countermeasures. There are 2 independently deployed guided missile destroyers in the Persian Gulf. Right here. The Western Atlantic. We know that. I saw that. Okay, so they're not talking about... I don't see the bush at all. Wasn't there... Am I the only one? I'm just going to read now. We are locked and loaded cooking beef soup. Everybody's making soup! My fridge full and freezer inside, garage too. That's awesome. They need to hit the nitrous on them, the carriers. All right, Sep just put a link. I want to see what he's putting in here. Here's my simulated. I saw this earlier today. I saw this video before I came on. If it's the guy that's explaining it, yeah, I saw this earlier. I'll share the screen. Here's my simulated hypothesis of the carrier strike group 3 to Iran based off its current known position. Saturday local time. That's what I said. So ops probably Saturday, Sunday night. We have a simulated direct course with the following speeds. 18 knots in the Malacca Straits, which is actual observed speed. A cruise of 25 knots otherwise, with the exception of the unrep at 15 simulated. So yeah, I saw this too. I saw this. And it's that same app that I'm using. The marine traffic app. So they're saying Saturday too. Yeah. That makes sense. I don't think. But where is the bush? Because remember, there was talk that there were 2 carrier groups on the move. I'm gonna just look it up. USS. It's not like I'm gonna find out too much, but. That's old. I thought they said the only thing I'm seeing is the Lincoln. But I thought I saw. See, I'm looking more for this. If anybody could find information on this. Because this is what I heard. But maybe I was wrong. I don't know. And it was in the Atlantic. But I'm not seeing any information on the bush. If anybody could find out information. Why are they supposed to say this information? Because Iran, like US, they can have access to information. This is fishy. Well, that'll turn off. That you won't see that for much longer because I can't find any of the other military vessels that are in the area on that thing. But I'm not paying money to try to see if I can. To be honest, doesn't mean they're not there. But I'm trying. I could have sworn I saw an article that the Bush was moving to the area too. But I don't. I could have sworn I saw that they said the other one was moving too. It's everything is Lincoln. See now this one. I gotta do past week. I'm not. All I'm seeing is the Lincoln. Unless one of you finds something. But what's this? I only wish Davos gets dumped on. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy what's going on in Davos. But it's always crazy in Davos. That's the only thing I'm seeing is the Lincoln. I gotta put this on my screen here because I'm getting, my neck is hurting from looking at that far monitor. That's the only thing I'm seeing is the Lincoln. When was this article? January 14th. This is wrong. I'm just seeing if you guys wrote anything new. I heard 2 ships and other small ships going over there. Well, actually, you have a presence near the Red Sea and in the Persian Gulf with guided cruise destroyers already. There are some in the area already. And submarines. Tank also heard 2 carriers. I can't find it though, Tank. I can't confirm it. We know about the F-15s that arrived in Jordan and they were refueled. But I could have sworn I saw something about the Bush. But everything I'm reading now is about the Lincoln. I can't find anything on the other one. Maybe on X. It doesn't say. You see, it's in the Atlantic. Look, it's in the Atlantic. I heard it was moving east, but this is December 24th. Santa's on the flight deck. Look, check this. But this is the Bush Carrier Strike Group is underway for group sail. Its first integrated at-sea training phase. So it's in a training phase. 21 hours ago, USS Georgia assessed conducting pre-deployment work upcoming certification off the U.S. East Coast upon completion of forward deployment possible Gulf, Mediterranean, Iran. That's the hint. So they haven't left yet. They have not left yet. It's like they're still training exercises, unless that's BS. Make us to believe that. Out of Virginia. Last coordinates of the vessel. So if it's off of Virginia, near Virginia Beach, Norfolk. Okay, so that tells me a lot. It might just be with the, this isn't going to get there anytime soon. So this tells me we're going with the Lincoln. That's it. Daisy says Ohio class sub Georgia is already in the Mediterranean. So this isn't ready. It will head there eventually. Yeah, I saw about this. Whoa, that's Caribbean though. That's in the Caribbean. I have a feeling Mexico's on the radar. Gotta watch out for Cuba. Well, I gotta watch out for Colombia. There's so much shit happening. This is old. 30 minutes ago. We saw that already, where it is. We know where that is. It's, oh, you saw it? It just moved up a little. That's it right there. We know that. You won't be seeing this forever. Okay, hold on. What's this? 41 minutes ago. It says, amid escalation regime threats, Washington is methodically reinforcing deterrence. USA bring on transiting from the South China Sea Arabian Sea. Super Hornets, we know that. We know this. I don't know what this is supposed to symbolize. Bases? I mean, what the hell is that? See? Look. Beyond the Abraham, the USS, this is what I'm talking about. The George H.W. Bush and its carrier strike have now departed for Europe and are heading toward the Mediterranean. That's what I thought. Yes, Daisy, that's what I thought. Exactly what I thought, but I can't. This is the first thing now. That is 101 days ago, but that's what I heard, that it was heading east to go Gibraltar. I can't say that word. Gibraltar. I can't say that word. The Strait of. I can't say that word for some reason. But to come through here and get over to the Mediterranean right here. So that's what it's saying. Days and weeks ahead. They're not doing anything until everything's ready. That's old. Oh, Puerto Rico again. That's Puerto Rico. Okay. Old, old. All right, so at least we know. Now, see, now this one, look at it, look at it. Go ahead. Satellite imagery, this is the 18th. From January 6 shows the USS Sterling British aircraft carrier continues to operate off the east coast of the United States, conducting routine periodic trade and not deploying to the Middle East. Look at that. Interesting, huh? Throwing shit in the game. So one says it is. We know that. You know, it's funny how a lot of this is old news when you look at it. Days. Enter the Mediterranean, either positioning the Israeli coast. See, there's so many. What is this? I'm going to follow. Just in case. Oh, Jesus Christ. So we can go on and on. You know what I mean? This could take us down a rabbit hole. Easily. So, is it, isn't it? Who the hell knows? I don't know. We don't know. Is the other carrier moving there? That just threw like a thing in there. Is the Bush heading toward the Middle East? We know the Lincoln is. You know they've got to be sending whatever we got there that we can. You know it. Yeah, Bush is not going to be part of it. That's what I'm thinking too. It's not ready. It was a rumor that it started from, and the channel deleted the post shortly after, but as usual, keep it about it. Yeah. They're still in training. It's not ready. Bill, not to switch topics, but did you hear the British government? I can't read that. Something bank preparing. Yeah, I saw that. Aliens coming, how did it affect the market? I saw that. I'm not buying into that. I also saw that the president's going to make an announcement in July about disclosure about UFOs. I read that too. Just when the movie of Steven Spielberg's movie comes out. How coincidental is that? The Ayatollah regime is the closest regime I have seen to the National Socialist Democratic Party in Wolfenstein. Oh my God, don't get me started with the games. I have that game. I have it on Xbox 360 and on X. You know, we can't buy into all that craziness, and you know me, I'm into it, all that, but I was supposed to be relaxing and playing a game today. Here, Bill. Gibraltar. Thank you, Gibraltar. I can finally say somebody actually made the pronunciation for me. Gibraltar. I still, look at that. Gibraltar. It's going to take a while. I don't know why that can't roll off my tongue. Gibraltar. Oh, God, Mom is coming. You should play what? PAX? What is that? I can't even see that. Mom, what is it? It's 10 o'clock in the morning, 10:30 in the morning. What's going on? Why? Why? I'm here. All of a sudden you can't sleep by yourself in the room? It's 10:30 in the morning. It's not nighttime. It's in the middle of the day. Mom claims something happened to her last night, like something grabbed her while she was sleeping. I was sleeping. She woke me up at 6 o'clock in the morning telling me something grabbed her in the bed. Grabbed her arm or something. I was like, what? What are you talking about? I'm sleeping. What's going on? I don't like I don't play multiplayers. So that's not gonna work for me. You know what I was playing yesterday? As crazy as it sounds, I was playing Star Trek Legacy. It's a 360 game. This one. It's pretty good. Anyway, what's going on now? Yeah, it is definitely the Bronx thing. You can't get rid of it. It's there forever. What? Wolfenstein, or Wolfenstein, whatever, was banned in Austria and Germany? I wonder why. I was supposed to game, but then I got caught up in this. You guys don't even understand how many games I have. It's just beyond, it's beyond ridiculous. I have a stack of 360 games, like 120 of them over there. On Xbox X, because it has one games too, I have like 275. So, you don't even want to know. I was going to play I was actually going to play Hawks with fighter planes because I was feeling it. To hit targets. Forget it. Let's not go there. Well, the time is right. There is spiritual battle going on right now. Not for nothing. Doesn't it have like a, and I'm not trying to offend anyone. It does have like a biblical feel to it. I'm just saying, like, oh, there was the other thing I wanted to look up. I need to roll a Stogue. I need one. But hold on. Really, what was up with this? Mom, what are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. What? See what? She's... Why? You got a mark on your arm from it? You got a mark on your arm from it this morning? I want to see that. I can't believe that. Okay, so they're claiming it was actually really by... All right, I'm not buying this explanation. How does a 4-point something result because they hit a significant Hezbollah site containing a hell of a lot of weapons and using more than 100 tons of explosives to do it? Whatever we hit, it was big. I'm not buying that. I am not buying it that it was a Hezbollah site that caused that earthquake. Now look at this one. A second earthquake has struck. This 1 hour ago. Israel within several hours. This time it was a 3.7 felt in the Hula Valley. Oh, really now? Really? I don't know. I'm a little suspect on this. I'm a little suspect about this earthquake. See, this is what people are saying. It's crazy how no one is talking about how Israel carried out a nuclear test yesterday morning and pretended it was an earthquake. But then they're saying another one. Look. Another earthquake near the Dimona nuclear facility. The same place. But they're saying the epicenter was in the Dead Sea region. Really? What the hell is going on? And they're saying it's caused by Israeli bombing. I don't know what to believe, to be honest. I don't. Oh, God. This is the one that I bugged out on, the 4.2, near the other nuclear research center. A nationwide earthquake drill had just been scheduled at the precise time the earthquake hit, and the officials are describing the timing as coincidental. Really? I don't know, people. What do you think? What do you all think? Was that a test or coincidence, and it was natural? I know. What the hell is going on with GTA 6? Don't get me started with that. I agree. I think it was a nuclear test on the ground. I'm leaning that way myself. No evidence. I'm just saying my opinion is. I actually have a Bible in my room. Can you say where it was? Oh, you guys are talking about what they're mentioning. I mean, Israel gets crazy all the time, so 4 is not unusual. That's true. But remember, they told the people to drill for an earthquake, and then it happens. Coincidental? Or were they giving them the heads up that there was a test coming, and they're going to feel something as a result of it? I don't know. I'm just saying it. I'm just putting it out there. It's up to all of you to reach your own conclusions. I'm saying, That's what I'm saying. It was a moment. Because the word is, I've heard so many different numbers that it's possibly up to 90 warheads that allegedly Israel may have. I don't know if that's true. You guys have a great one if you're leaving, Sweat and Fringe. Like I said, I'm not saying it was a nuclear test, but it is kind of coincidental that they actually was having a drill and then it happens. That's a heck of a coincidence. Yeah, and I wonder if somebody also brought up the GTA 6. When it's supposed to come out now? October, November? What the hell now? Is it going to be delayed again to 2027? It's ridiculous. It's getting to the point of it's absolutely ridiculous with that game now. So yeah, there's so much going on. All I know is, and I can't call him because he's at work, and but when he told me about that rumor that Iran was planning to possibly use a dirty bomb in retaliatory strikes against Israel, I was like, whoa. And that's my buddy who's military. And he's retired, he's a veteran, retired now, but he's still involved in contracting stuff. And when he told me that, what was it, last week? I was like, oh shit. So again, there are things that are going on that we just don't know, obviously. There's a lot more. We could try to read into things, but we don't know. We just don't know. Nobody really knows. All I know is the Iranian people are suffering. That I know. That's the only thing I really know. Right? Yeah, apparently an explosion. Yeah, they said they hit some depot, a Hezbollah depot, and that's one explanation. What? Rockstar office was burnt down yesterday or today? What? Where was this? I didn't hear about this. What's going on with that? There goes my Red Dead Redemption and GTA. Daisy, you're funny. Apparently, that's the explosion you're talking about. Where is that at? Where did this happen? The Rockstar explosion. I didn't hear about this. Yeah, the Iran people suffering is And I heard the 26-year-old, because even Tusi mentioned it. I don't know if he mentioned it how I read that during his detainment he was beaten to unalive. That's what I read it. And others. I posted it in chat. I'll post the link right now. He's okay. So Navi's sharing something. Navi, I don't want to put anything. I'm not putting your name. If that's you, I'm not showing that. I've seen about all the. We've seen all the body bags. If that's just that's just too graphic. I don't want to show that on TikTok. That's so horrible. I'm sure many of us have seen the images of these. That is just hard to look at, to be honest. But people need to see it. I've seen them. People need to see it. So they know what the hell is going on there. Yeah, the IRG. I'll put this. Hold on. I have to be careful. And that was at the beginning, January 8th. I do not want to put anybody's information on the screen. I don't want to put nobody, I don't want to jeopardize anyone. I seen it though. I got to be careful with this, guys. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to put nobody at risk. Oh my God, this is what I want to see. A fire has spread through the offices of Grand Theft Auto 6 developer Rockstar North, following reports of a boiler explosion. What the hell happened here? It's open and operational. This says the studio remains open and operational. Structural damage to the building. Minimal. Wow, that's still cray-cray. That's still crazy. So this happened in Scotland. That's what I was trying to find out, where it's based at. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. Now we'll hear excuses. Due to the fire earlier this year, the game will be delayed until 2027. Does anybody think that might happen? Oh my God. That's gonna freak out people. Somebody said, forget about worse than that game. I'm moving on with my life. I'm sure not having one more at the office, man. At least a month or two of delay. Oh my gosh. I'm serious. The game has me so frustrated because so many people are waiting for it. They're going to make so much money, and I know I'm getting off topic. They're going to make so much money on that game, on pre-order alone. Forget it. It's going to be absolutely cray-cray. Crafter Sepp says, well, GTA 6 will be the last GTA, so I'm not mad. Honestly, we're waiting one last time and then it's over. The rest is going to be updates and massive. Yeah. Yep. The downloadable. That's the thing. The downloadable content, it goes on forever. Updates, multiplayer stuff. That's just need the game, and then they add and add and add and add like forever. Like, I hate to say it. I don't want to be called like in the movie Die Hard cowboy, but one of the games, because I have so many, but this is 360. And it should be down here. I don't know where the hell it is now. Flashlight. Oh my God. What did I do with it? I have so many games. They're everywhere. Okay, the Hawks box is over there. If you've never seen Hawks, it's a really good game. It's like Ace Combat. Oh my God, I got 007. This one. This is a good 360 game. It's one of my favorites. 360. Which I had a hard time getting at work yesterday. This one right here. This is a decent game. If you like these kind of game, Ace Combat, those kind of games, this game is pretty wicked right here. Don't show this on stream. Oh God. Oh my God. Yeah, that's bad. These fuckers need to die. And that's why people say, no, we don't need outside help. This is an internal problem. Yeah, to slaughter thousands of people and do what they're doing, going house to house, door to door, and rounding up people now. Screw that. Screw that. Get involved. Help these people. I'm serious. That's it. Done. Screw that. How come I can't find him right now? Oh God. I can't find. Here he is. Let's see what the fuck he's saying today. If anything. He hasn't. He hasn't posted now in 2 days. Khomeini. The 17th was the last one. Just checking. To see if he put anything up there. Not since Saturday. Yeah. Today's the 19th, right? Martin Luther King, yeah. Oh shit, here's one from Lindsay just now, a few minutes ago. Thank you on behalf of those seeking freedom from oppression throughout the world for your decision to not allow the Iranian foreign minister to speak at the Davos World Economic Forum. I am very pleased to hear that those in charge of Davos realize having the Iranian foreign minister, the mouthpiece for the terrorist regime murdering the citizens with American blood on its hands, should not attend and speak at this conference. Well done. This action by the Davos Group will encourage people in Iran to continue to demand an end to their oppression. This kind of statement is what the world should deliver. Unequivocal, oh my God. uncompromising condemnation of the religious Nazi regime in Iran. Again, well done. So it looks like they rescinded him from being there. That's news. I didn't know about that till just now. That was 28 minutes ago. Lindsay posted that. Jesus, I'm getting hit with so many messages now. Tusi is live. He was live a while ago. It's about the Starmer thing. The title of his stream.
We are live outside Downing Street.
Oh, that might be old.
Tens of thousands, close to 100,000.
Yeah, that's yesterday. I don't know why I'm getting a notification now. That's old. I don't know why I just got that notification. That's weird. Okay. I have a meeting later. Hold on, there's more shit going on. I still can't get over this record. This is what the Israeli media is putting up too. With that snow. Look at that snowdrift up to the top of the building. That's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. Wow. Israel. Egyptian military personnel present at the U.S. headquarters in Kiryat Gat over the past month. What does that mean? So there's Egyptian at the U.S. headquarters. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. They posted it too. So what? What's the big deal? Why is that a big deal? That the Egyptians were at the U.S. headquarters? Am I missing something? They're showing it here too. What the fuck is that? He just put this up an hour and a half ago. Thousands of ISIS members are fleeing from the Al-Hol prison camp in Syria after being released by the new jihadist regime. ISIS is once again being empowered by Turkey inside Syria, rapidly seizing territory. They already have Raqqa, and large parts of the country are at risk of falling under their control. So supposedly, thousands of ISIS members were released from a prison camp in Syria. And I don't know if that's coming from an Israeli news outlet. I don't know what that's about. But that was from Telegram. Okay. Oh my God, Daisy, that's... I mean, That is exactly what IDF did doing to the Palestinians. I have sympathy for the people in Gaza, but I feel you shouldn't protest and cry. You got my okay. Time out. Time out. I have to say this. I don't like when people think that if you stick up for the Palestinians, you're a supporter of Hamas. That's one. The two are not equal, and I hate that our politics does that. What happened in Gaza to those people is the most atrocious thing I've ever seen to those people that live there. 40 to 50% of Gaza makes up of children. So it are the children that are suffering in Gaza. I saw a before and after time-lapse video of Gaza in its entirety. It is the most atrocious thing that happened to them. And yes, you could say, well, they should have did something about Hamas. Well, then the Iranians should have did something about the regime. It's not easy when you're being held by a terrorist regime and threatening lives. It's so easy to say, but Gaza is completely fucking leveled. The infrastructure is destroyed. Their homes are destroyed. Everything is destroyed. And now those people are suffering. The same thing. Innocent people suffer under the oppression of a terrorist organization. That is not to discount what the fuck happened there, because that place is completely rubble. The farms that they had, the irrigation they had is gone. The infrastructure, gone. Everything is gone. Bottom line, there are no excuses. It is fucking rubble. It is leveled. If you had family in Gaza, you'd be fucking going insane. So we have to be careful with that. Honestly. And people need to see what happened in Gaza too. I've seen a time lapse of Gaza. It's unbearable to watch. They completely leveled the whole fucking thing. And there were people living there. And the same way we can say about what's going on in Iran, yes, it's two different things, but the people of Gaza are suffering. Bottom line. And like I said, 40 to 50% of Gaza was made up of children. So who's suffering right now? The children of Gaza. The people of Gaza. There's just no doubt about that. There's no denying that. It is disgusting. But it is what it is. It makes my gut wrench. To be honest. And I saw something that was so atrocious. It might be this video. Maybe it's not this one. That's a photo. If you've seen it, it's this one. Take a look at this. Just fucking take a look at this. This says it all. And people need to see this. Before and after. Satellite imagery. Look at this. This is what happened. It is unfucking believable. People live there. Yeah, I'm not defending Hamas whatsoever. I'm more talking about the people, like I'm thinking about the people of Iran. What about the people of Gaza that have to live there now? What's left? What's left for those people? It's always the innocent people that suffer. I can't imagine. Alexa, how many children make up the population of Gaza?
Children make up about 40% of Gaza's
40%.
Unfortunately, the ongoing conflict has severely impacted these young lives, with thousands displaced and many facing humanitarian crises.
So 40% of Gaza were children?
Yes, about 40% of Gaza's population are children. Unfortunately, the ongoing conflict has severely impacted these young lives.
So we have to think about that too, to be fair.
Absolutely, Bill. The scale of suffering
Alexa,
among
stop.
children.
Because like in this country, like we do with everything, we politicize everything to fit our own political affiliated interests. Both sides. That's why. Thank God I'm an independent. I'm in the middle. I don't buy that bullshit. I don't play that game. I'll try to be as objective as possible. And you call it for what it is. But it's politics. A lot of it is down to politics. Whether it's left, right, it's, that's just the way it is. That's just the nature of it. All I'm saying is, the same way I see the plight of what's going on in the Iranian people, I see what's going on with Gaza and those people who are suffering. I'm not getting into the politics of it all. I'm just saying there are people suffering at so many places, including this country, with the homelessness, the veterans. You could talk forever about all the issues throughout. I'm leaving the politics out of this. I'm just talking about innocent lives affected and suffering as a result. And no one can deny there are people in Gaza suffering. There's just no denying that. Now, I'm not saying, I'm not justifying or not justifying what the IDF did or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is people suffer as a result. And there's just no doubt. However you view it, that's a whole different issue. I'm just saying, when you look at it, how many people suffer? Can you imagine? I can't even imagine. I think the population of Gaza was over 2 million. So, and hello, Susie. How are you feeling? I haven't seen you on TikTok in a while. You okay? But again, and like I said, I'm not talking about the political, what goes on here with ICE, the protesters, all that. I'm not getting into all that. I'm just stating one thing. And to connect it now to what these people protest here and what they say, I'm not getting into all the politics. And it's true, parents are responsible for their children, just like they are here. So again, imagine having to. Oh yeah, we read that. I am uncle to many and love Ultra. Wife says I'm like a grandfather to many to hear. Anytime being unalive you. Wish I could introduce Supreme Leader to my pit bull. Oh, come on, Mom. Don't start.
For Billy.
No. Actually, the TV station got hacked. I didn't hear about the radio station getting hacked in Iran now. Some people are so... They refuse to accept both sides can be equally evil. Again, that is such a hot button topic. Like, that discussion can go back and forth all day. All day. The justification to do it, or were they just being cruel and overdid it? That conversation go all day. I mean, occupied territory, building settlements, this, that. I mean, that conversation's been going on forever. Then why aren't we hearing from the Pennsylvania protests about Iran too? What are they? I don't pay attention to the news. What are they protesting about? I honestly am not. I don't watch the mainstream media. I'm not protesting about what? Well, Palestinians. I don't know what the connection is there, Daisy. Some people need to open their eyes. If the Islamic regime is so good and so kind, why do they speak to China? Fuck the regime. The regime has to go. It's done. It's got to go. Netanyahu just warned Iran. I bet Netanyahu cannot act unilaterally. I hope he doesn't even think about doing that. Scroll up. Wait a minute. What is this? This is not. I'm seeing something in Persian, a link. Repost the link because I was not paying attention. I wasn't paying attention, so if there's anything with Netanyahu said that should they launch strikes against Israel, of course, that's a defensive posture. They will receive a strong response, continuing that Iran cannot continue as they had pre-recent protests. If Iran makes a mistake and attacks us, we will act with the force. They do not know. No one can predict what will happen in Iran, but it will not return to what it was. But Iran didn't attack. They were invaded. So there's a difference. He's talking about if Iran was to do a preemptive strike against Israel. Because they're freaking out. You cannot discount the possibility that Iran may strike out first. That has to be a consideration. That has to be definitely taken into account. The innocent shooting is the worst part. Yeah, it's always, that's all I'm saying. I'm saying that in any of these wars and conflicts, who suffers? Civilians, innocents. They're not, that's the fucking sad part. That's all I'm saying. That's all my point was. My God, I wasn't getting into the politics of it all. It's just that there's shit that goes on all over the place. In Africa. Like I said, even here. I witnessed it, my life and my own experiences, what the veterans went through in a homeless shelter. I was disgusted. I even approached the person who was in charge and said, how could this happen? I was so upset. Our veterans. Some people, so when they hear someone in Muslim, they reduce their value instantly because of their own gripe with the religion. I am independent too. I just feel that if we throw a punch at someone on the street, they might just punch me back and harder. Oh, fuck. Definitely. Violence, assault is a crime. I don't care where it comes from. If you assault somebody else, punch somebody, done. It's physical violence. It's a crime. A crime is a crime, regardless. Whoever's doing it. So if I am walking with my children, I don't punch anyone. Keep your hands to yourself, and everyone is safe. We don't see that shit where I live. I'm not witnessing any of that here. So, I'm sure in these big cities it's crazy with the protests and everything that's going on. Again, I'll tell you one thing, that there's a political thing going on near me in Orange County, New York, where they want to open without any permission from local community people to open up an ICE detention facility in Chester, New York. And people are like, fuck no. Don't bring that shit to this neighborhood. Don't bring that here. Don't start doing that shit here. So that's already starting over here. It's a factory. It's an old factory. I was reading about it. I'm like, oh, God, here we go. Now it's going to become a big issue in this area. I don't, everything's cool and quiet here. I don't know. I don't know if that's what people want. And it's a detention center. It's not. Let me see. I think we Iranians have it way better than Palestinians in Gaza. Both are terrible, but we have a leader. We have a vast country with resources and minerals. And you don't think the potential there is in Gaza to flourish and prosper too? You know that there's oil sitting off the shore of Gaza, you know. Did you know that? There's money to be made offshore. And the tourism, can you imagine Gaza right there on the Mediterranean as a tourist? Trump is thinking of that. You can bet on that. And other business people looking to invest in rebuilding Gaza. You know that. There is money to be made there. Just saying. Netanyahu just directly warned Iran. Scroll up. Again, I know you said that. I'm trying to catch up to all your chats. To be fair. Without the politics, it is horrible that children were victims, but they were in the middle of both sides that forgot they had children watching. Remember, a lot of people, I could easily say this like what happens in New York City growing up, seeing it in some of the neighborhoods. The people live in fear, intimidation. I'll unalive you. I'll unalive your family members. I'll unalive your children. This is how they keep the threat. So sometimes people don't necessarily have a choice to decide. It's not that easy. It's not that cut and dry when you're living under gangs or terrorists. It's so easy for us to say, well, they made a choice. Not, sometimes people don't have a choice. A lot of these neighborhoods in the Bronx, South Bronx especially, the gangbanger areas, I remember it as a kid. I didn't live in those neighborhoods, but, you know, we knew because they came to school. If you had sneakers on that they wanted, take your sneakers off or I'll fucking kill you. Hand over your phone. They would go after your sneakers. They would literally even your sneakers. I mean, these are little thugs. And in their neighborhoods, the gangs would use these kids to influence them. Like you see in these rap videos, flash the money, flash the clothing, flash this, to live that gangster life. And that was part of their recruitment process. Even the kids now try to recruit other kids, and they threaten them to unalive them or their family or anything like that. If you're a snitch, you tell the police, we're coming for you, we're coming for your family, we're coming for your kids. And that's the gang mentality in New York City. Imagine living under a terrorist organization. Can't say that. They don't have a choice. They speak up, they die. It's happening over there in Gaza now. The people that are trying to make change, Hamas is killing them. The people that actually want change. It's not that simple. It's so easy to say. It doesn't work out that way. And I witnessed it in New York City in an analogy way with the gangs. They control it. That's why I always said community policing was important, because at least you're getting out there and getting more connected with the community, and they get to trust. You have to build on that trust. Because we had community policing when we were young. We had the neighborhood police officer who we would talk to, very friendly, hello. Now they just jump out of their vehicles. There needs to be better community connection. I'm talking about the policing. So there's an establishment of trust there. That's just my opinion. But that's a totally different topic. The people of the world mostly get along, but leaders, it always is though. If we were all a global community and we removed the politics from it, we'd all be so much more in common than not. We would. Sadly, that's part of it though. It's the politics. It's all that. I mean, if you took children from kindergarten, from all different walks of life, because children are not blinded yet by the influences around them. Do you think they necessarily see in color or see how they look? It's children playing with children. Do you think those things are already in their head? They've been influenced by those things? Or were children of all walks of life just play together before all those influences affect them? You think they're going to see you that way as much? The innocence? I don't think so. Netanyahu, if Iran makes a mistake and attacks us, we will strike Iran with force it's never experienced before. See, but I understand that, but if the rhetoric is just getting crazier, I mean, Palestinians should be dealt with Palestinians should be dealt very, very carefully so people don't become more radicalized. That's another thing too. Dude, what are those children thinking about right now? Are they going to become the next radicalized movement against Israel because they're going to blame Israel for everything? That's a good point. That is a good point. That's how you start. I pray to God. No. Hamas used people's emotions toward them. Iran compared Palestine had it better, but both are absolutely bad. Netanyahu, I hear, what? There will be no Turkish or Qatari troops in Gaza. Yeah, but that was part of the plan to have an international. They definitely don't want Turkey or Qatar because Turkey, my God, look at the rhetoric coming from Erdogan toward Israel. Really? I wouldn't want them either. And Qatar supplied money to Hamas. They funneled money to Hamas. So Qatar kind of played two sides. So I can understand the Israeli point of view on that. If Iran attacks, Iran will not go back to what it was before protests. Sudan needs attention to what is happening there. Like I said, it's happening all over the world, globally. There's a lot of hot spots. Three forces that rule the world: sex, money, and power, and greed, and corruption. But it's all intertwined. I agree with that. I was fortunate to grow up in a little country town where we were multi-race. We had our problems, but if an outsider came in messing with one of us, you mess with all of us, whether black, white. I agree with that. Community is strong, especially when it comes together, regardless. Believe me, like here, my neighbors, we have a thing. We watch out for each other, we look out for each other, and if shit goes down, we look out for each other. That's the truth. What's that now? It happens here too in the US. Kids learn to hate. And the parents have a lot to do with that. Somebody mentioned about the parents. Parents have a lot to do with that. For real. Let's not. So long as the community doesn't agree with the gangbangers. Yeah. Well, sometimes. I'm telling you. Oh my God, in the South Bronx. This is when I was younger, though. I cannot speak about how it is now. Do you know what they used to do? Oh my God. I'll tell you a true story. I need to roll a cigarette, though. I shouldn't talk about the story, but I need to roll a cigarette. Hold on. I need one. I roll my own, but somebody's got my tobacco. What you doing, Dan? Yeah, that. Oh my God. And it's a true story. I'm gonna tell it how it is, whether you might like the story or not, but I'll give you an example about community. This happened in the early 80s in the Bronx. That's my rolling machine. It's a lot cheaper to buy my own tobacco, roll my own tobacco, than buy it over here with all the high taxes in New York. New York is ridiculous with the taxes. Whether it's gas, so many other things, the taxes are out of control. There's no doubt about that. Now they're raising insurance price, property taxes going up, school taxes going up, everything's going up in this state. I mean, homeowners insurance in Florida ain't doing too well either, is it? Oh my God. Anyway, so I would show you the neighborhood, and that doesn't really matter. So I lived in the northeast area of the Bronx. Kids on bicycles would come into the area or off the train. I should just show you, because you're not going to understand it. You're not. You have to see what I'm talking about. And this is all real and true. This is what used to happen. Do you know what was the biggest thing in my part of the Bronx? Like the game, Grand Theft Auto. Stealing catalytic converters from vehicles, tires. I could call my friend and he'll tell you, literally, his neighbor had his car parked and he found the car on milk crates, all the tires gone. And they did it in minutes. Minutes. That's a big problem in this part of the city in the Bronx. I'm going to show you now. And now I'm going to explain the story. Because this is where I grew up, in the city. It's not hard for me to find Pelham Bay, which is right here. This is Pelham Bay Park. This is where I used to hang out. Most of my life was in this park, hanging out. It's a lot different now. Like, I'm not even joking. This is the little beach back here, the jetty. There's a big rock in the middle of the park. We used to hang out there. We used to hang out in the parking lot. Blah, 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 blah. This is Country Club. This was a predominantly Italian neighborhood, and still may be. There it is, Country Club. Okay? So this is the area which I grew up in. Now there's a train that runs here. This is the number 6 train. See it? Well, that train goes to the South Bronx. Okay? So the kids would take the train to here, to the last stop, Pelham Bay Park, and they would roam the neighborhoods looking for bikes to steal, anything to steal. They would come from the South Bronx on train, and the train goes underground, and it goes into the South Bronx, blah, 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 blah. But they would take the train so they could rob in our neighborhood. And this is a true story. This is not, I'm not making this shit up. So what happened was they made a vital mistake. And I witnessed it. I was actually on my bicycle and I witnessed it. Me and a friend were riding our bikes. And this at the time was mafioso. A lot of mafia here. Italian mafia. This is a true story. I'm not telling you guys anything that's not true here. And they fucking threatened them. You come back here. Oh my God. We were like, holy shit. Anybody that came into the neighborhood, because they didn't know, this was a mafia area, and so was this area here. I'm just being honest. Over here. over here, and definitely in there. And they never came back. They didn't come back because they knew better. I could just say it as I'm saying it in the best possible way that I could say it. So that's what somebody brought about community. Well, you didn't fuck with this community. I could tell you that. You didn't. They weren't going to tolerate it. But you don't know what it was like here in the South Bronx back in the day. It was brutal. Brutal. I told you I was coming on 161st Street to go to Yankee Stadium when there was a shootout right in my car, in front of my car, going to the stadium on 161st Street. I was working at my dad's place, and I was taking a shortcut because I was late for a Yankee game. And where is Yankee Stadium? Right there, right? Here's 161st Street. I was on 161st Street going from here to here, and it happened back here, right near the Bruckner. It happened right in here. Now this is different this is well developed now and cleaned up since I was a kid. They redid this. This is unbelievable how they redid the South Bronx. It is unbelievable how great they did the South Bronx now. It's such a unbelievable change. It's unrecognizable to when I was a kid. This was burnt out buildings. Have you ever seen the movie Fort Apache the Bronx with Paul Newman? That's what it looked like. Burnt out buildings, abandoned buildings, apartment building complexes. It looked crazy. Not anymore. You know why? Because Manhattan was running out of space. They started to develop and move into the South Bronx. Do you know how much a house is worth in the South Bronx right now? 500,000-600,000. You see Country Club? Try $1 million a house. If you think I'm joking, go check Zillow or one of those sites. $1 million for one of those houses in the Bronx. Think about that. They can move anywhere in the country and still have plenty of money in the bank saved. That's why people move out. Because they can. Their real estate is worth so much. They can buy a fucking mansion anywhere in the country. Pretty much. Well, not anywhere. There's still some places that are expensive, super expensive. Well, that's why a lot of people go down south or up here to the north. They cash out on their house, sell it for $700,000. They can buy a house complete up here and have plenty of money in the bank. This house is a small house. This is worth $450,000, and it's small. I could sell this house, turn around, and buy a nice big house down south, lower cost of living. That's what people think of. That's a fact. It's fucking expensive to live here. I don't want to move. I had a house in Florida. I sold it. I didn't like Florida. I came back here. But getting back to the community thing, it's all about community. And they kept the community safe. Even if there was also, I forgot about that. They used to have their own patrol for the neighborhood. They paid for their own patrolling in the neighborhood. I forgot about that part. Oh yeah, we could do historical images. That's a good one. Oh my God. That's a great idea, actually. It is so bad. I don't know if it's not like highlighting which one is what. Which is the historical images. I got it. It's not really showing it like that. Oh God, look at it. And it was in here, 3rd Avenue. It was a freaking disaster. What year is this? 1995. We need to go back further than that. 85. Shit. It's really the 70s and 80s that was. So it's not going to jump that timeline. It's not. But look at it now. Look at it now. What a difference. Even just going back to 90s. You have to look at the pictures from the 70s. Oh my God. You can look it up yourselves. Look up South Bronx 70s. It was brutal. Matter of fact, look. But I'm just saying how it flipped. The graffiti on the trains, filth everywhere in New York City, garbage everywhere. The city was so dirty. 70s and 80s, dirty, nasty. Ugh. Hold on. I'll show you an image. So things can change when community works together. So whoever brought up the community comment is absolutely... This is what it looked like. This is just one photo. 2 kids in the South Bronx. This is, look at the buildings behind them. This is what it looked like. Hold on. Shit, I just took my... I just changed the scenes. Why am I hitting the wrong thing? Look at that. Look at the buildings behind them. All burnt out, abandoned. Well, think of neighborhoods looking just like that everywhere. Everywhere. It was incredible. Bad. Everywhere. This is what it looked like. Like that. All these burnt out buildings, and this is what it looked like. I'm not exaggerating. It was everywhere. It was not anymore. But that's what it looked like. There was a time. It was horrible down there. And you didn't want to drive through it either. Imagine me in the 80s driving through there to go to a Yankee game. Yeah, Sean, it's true. It's crazy. What a difference, right, Daisy? So that gives you an idea, you know, how things can change. By investing and community taking care of their property, you know, like people caring about their community. You need that. You need people to care. And it's happening, you know. Also, if anyone has time, take a look at what they did to Lake Ramia. These damned IRGC. Dude, I heard. Oh my God. That before and after images of the lake near Tehran from even 3 years ago is unbelievable. That shit is almost dried up. It's almost gone. Water, my God, what's going to happen? They were talking about moving Tehran, the capital, down to the south. How many people live in Tehran? 20 million people? Alexa, what's the population of Tehran, Iran?
Tehran's population is 9.729 million as of 2025.
And what about the surrounding areas?
Greater Tehran includes several municipalities like Karaj, Eslamshar, and Shahryar. These surrounding areas form a large metropolitan region with Tehran.
What's the total population?
Greater Tehran's total population is 16.8 million as of 2025.
So 17 million.
Yep, that's right. Rounding up to 17 million is a good estimate.
18 million, Navi? Oh, so 9 million.
I'm not sure what
Alexa,
you mean
stop. 9 million inner, 12 million outer. So let's just say 20 million, round number. Let's take a look at, again, I don't know if I'm going to get aerial shots of that, because Google doesn't, it's not updated like that. Anybody know the name of the lake near Tehran? I'm going to look at before and after drought. That might be the best way to search it. Holy shit. Oh my God. It's dry. Oh my God, look how high the water used to be. Oh my God. We need to look at these images. Holy shit. Look at that. There's nothing there. Oh my God. It's trying to load. I don't know if this photo is going to load. It's having a problem. I'll look at more. I heard it's because they built a highway. Oh my God, there's no water. None of these photos want to load for some reason. I don't know why. Let me get this out of the way. Seen from space. That's an older file. I heard that bridge had a lot to do with it too. You know what? I'm just going to bring this here because these pictures don't want to load. I'm just going to slide the whole thing over. Yeah, it's not even that good right now. That's not. Holy shit. It's almost gone. There's nothing left. No water. Oh my God. It's so bad. And they're also including other photos. And I put Tehran. This is including California. This is past stuff though. But my God. That's California. Let's go to the top. That is sick. That is Lake Ermine. That's the one you said. Oh my God. It's so bad. There's no water. Yeah, this is really, 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 really bad. This is really, really bad. It's gone. It's freaking gone. Oh my God. That is so sad in itself. You want me to look at Google? Is it updated though? Because you got to be careful with Google Earth because of the updates. You know what I mean? We could try. I do have the Pro. I'm going to type in what you've put in there. Hold on. I got to open up Google Pro. Damavand, is that right? Damavand? I'm gonna look it up. I gotta make sure I spell it right. We're going now. Are you gonna have to help me? I see Tar Lake. Let me just put this on. You're gonna have to help walk me through this here. I see this. But where's the lake near Tehran? See, I don't know if this is accurate. How do I know that there's that much water there right now? I don't. You know what I mean? How would I know? Well, there's Tehran. So where is the lake? Where would the lake have been? It doesn't, I see, everything looks dry to me. I don't know what to do. Go to historical images, but for where? For what? Where? Yeah, we're talking about the Iran water crisis. I'm trying to find out. Tell me, where am I supposed to look though? You just want me to do the whole area and look back in time? Is that what you guys want me to do? Because there's that place that you told me. Okay. I forget which one it is. It's not really... I don't know what the hell I just did. I can't see that monitor over there. I can't, it's not 1.9. It's not letting me go back that much. Months ago, Iran got badly storms. Go to historical images, go back in time. I'm trying. Unless I'm doing something fucking wrong and I just can't see it. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. Hold, show historical imagery. Here we go. Here we go. I see water here. I'm not seeing much of it. That's 2020. How come I can't go forward? What the hell am I doing wrong? I don't know. But it looks like there's plenty of water there. Hold on. I am totally screwing this up. How do I get out of that? Just click it again? Where the fuck did it go? It's there. How do I get out of that? Okay. I'm not trusting this. I'm not. The edits is under the logo. All right, I'm just going to stop because I'm going to get a headache trying to figure this out. All right, let me just try something else. Let me try it this way. I gotta do past month. Could do past year. Holy shit, where is this? Whatever was there is no longer there. And there's that bridge, that road, that highway. What the heck? There's no water on that lake. I looked up latest satellite imagery. Where's the water? There's nothing there. I see a road. Where's the water? Holy shit, there's no water. And here's a picture of what it used to look like. Oh my God. It's completely dry. It's gone. Here's another one. Wow, that's really, really bad. They're talking about evacuating Tehran. There's no fucking water there. Was the water level up to here? Because that's sure what it looks like. It was up to here. Oh my God, there's no water. That's not a road, it's a reflection of the water left. Lalian Lake closest. Let me look that up. Okay, somebody. Middle East largest lake. This is Newsweek. Let me get rid of this. Yeah, this is what they're saying. This was September 10th. Satellite photos, Middle East largest lake on brink of disappearing. That's the one we were just looking at. Oh my, it's gone. May vanish entirely by the end of summer. Potentially irreversible ecological and human consequences. Oh my God. A timeline is created from the Euro between May and the ship show Lake Emery's dramatic shrinkage. That is crazy. That is freaking crazy. Oh my God. Look at the before and after. Oh my God, look at that. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's just crazy. That is so sad. And that's just one thing I found. And that's the one, right? That's the one near Tehran? What's up, Dead Son? That's horrible. There's no way. How are 20 million people supposed to survive? There's no water. What is there, I mean, is there water aquifers underground? Holy shit, Iran's in big trouble with the water up there. That is seriously, seriously, seriously bad. They need weather modification to start some rain over there. If anybody needs weather modification to create some kind of moisture atmosphere, is them. I mean, it says, any going wrong with the KGR website? Can't seem to listen live. There's no live programming because I am off to another network. It's a long story. I'm not going to discuss it here in public. That's on. It really is horrible. That's just unbelievable. On top of everything. And that means they can't irrigate their farms. So that means, what about food? I got to look that up. That must affect their irrigation. They can't irrigate their farms. Oh my God. Can this stop? I got to get off soon. I got to help somebody. Bill, wait. I'll be there in a minute. I'm going to get off soon because I got things to do. High inflation, currency collapse, and soaring food prices. Wow, they're really, really, really hurting. And this is on top of everything that's going on. And, you know, this is why people have had it. This situation, their living conditions, this just adds to everything. And this was last week. High inflation, currency collapse, and soaring food prices, damning numbers behind Iran's economic implosion. We know about that. Oh my God, how do they purchase goods? I'll tell you one thing. Wow. Local conditions around food production and the need to import basic goods mean the currency collapse was a final straw for many in the country. We know about the inflation. After 5 years of drought, Iran's farms cannot produce enough food to feed the country. And the soaring prices of food imports have hit the Iranian people hard. Such high levels of inflation wiped out the value of the people's savings, left many Iranians struggling to afford food. And that's just the food part. What about the water? I will tell you this. This is why they need change. It's a big part of it. They need change. This can't go on. This can't go on. This is fucking horrific. You could do an annual, comes in handy. You could do an annual view of Iran in the 1980s and now and see where the water was lost and zoom there. I get it. I get the overall theme about what it was once was robust with water supply and now it is not. I get it. I could tell you this right now, and I am not promising this, but there will be a lot of humanitarian aid if Iran gets rid of that regime, and help in the infrastructure. Help is on the way, not just in other ways, but I think in a lot of ways. The people need the help. I mean, it's as simple as that. They need immediate help with food, water, infrastructure. They'll bring in engineers to figure out a way if they can even save it at this point. This is horrific. When you look at the other things going on in the country. And look, people might say the revolution for freedom has subsided. How much can these people take, period, socially, economically, financially? This is not going away. The breaking point is getting worse. It's not going to get easier for the regime. It's going to get harder to deal with what's going on across their country in those ways. It's not just the social issue, the political issue. It's the needs of the people issue. That shit's not going away. How are they going to deal with that? You know? Yeah, the fight is not over, it's never over. But you understand what I'm saying. Their problems are not going away. They can't be just swept under the rug. their problems exist. They're getting worse. I don't even know what to say. All I know is it's really bad. What's this now? Yeah, I gotta go too. I gotta get some stuff done here. I'm getting messages from people that want to have meetings with me and all that. But I just want to see if anything's coming from Israel on us. Because somebody said that Netanyahu made a statement. I'm seeing if any of the Israeli outlets are talking about it. He talked about that he doesn't want Turkish Qatari soldiers and admits to argument with U.S. So it looks like Netanyahu's having issues with the president over that part, allowing Qataris and Turkish into Gaza. But there's no talk about his other statements. All right, I'm going to bail out for a little while and take care of stuff going on here. Exactly. Well, you got to remember, Mom knows best. We're moving the carrier. I showed the position earlier where it is. It's going to take about a week, about 5 days for it to get into a position. Then all bets are off. And Israel, you know, if they're stupid enough to attack Israel preemptively, I mean, that's just not good either. Let's see where the U.S. presence is now. We may lose it. There it is. Here it is, right here. Last thing before I leave. So this is the current position of the Lincoln. Right here. It's starting to make its way toward the west. But it's got a long way to go. Remember, it's got to go all the way here. So it's got a long way to go to get to here. Still got a lot of ground to cover. Well, actually ocean to cover. To get to like right here. So you're looking at a few days. I hear you, Mom knows best. I hear you. Yeah, there's, like I said, this is where the carrier is. That's why I zoomed in on here. There's Coast Guard vessels. There's another U.S. vessel here. They're not going to identify it. It's, you know, it's the strike group. There's some that are not showing. But that's the carrier. That's, you know, if the carrier's there, you know there's other support ships around it, obviously. So we just got to see if we could, how long it'll be before we, here's a Coast Guard ship, an Indian warship. I wonder what the hell these are. No pictures. Coast Guard ship, no picture. But we know what this is. It's showing that. Well, maybe not. It's this one. We know that one. And that's the one we're keeping an eye on over the next few days, if we're allowed to. Because this may go, boop, gone. But like I said, it's got a long way to go to get to over there. To here. So I say Saturday. By Saturday, maybe, it gets here. So it's a wait and see thing, you know? Yeah, the lake issue is horrific. Dead son. It is. Anyway, love to everyone. Ooh, when am I getting my lion and sun flag? That's going up right on top of my picture for now. You're going to see it there. It should have been here tomorrow. I don't know. Action required. It's coming from overseas, I think. I don't know where the heck is. Yeah, can you believe I think it's coming from China? It's coming, I think, from China. It completed customs on Saturday. It is coming from China. My flag is coming from China. It cleared customs on Saturday, so that means it should be here this week. Oh my God. It's coming from China. Can you believe it? I'm not surprised. Anyway, love to all of you. Be well, be blessed, be safe. I'll keep an eye on things. I'm not expecting much except for talk and rhetoric and from all over the place. But I'll keep an eye. So praying for the people of Iran, praying for everyone. Be well. I know, right, Astro? Be well, be blessed, be safe. And I don't know if I'll be back later, but I'll keep an eye on everything. I'm not going to waste all of your time to just like regurgitate the same stuff. If I think it's important to come back, I will on this topic. Otherwise, I'll be gaming and playing music and sky watching and all that stuff. Anyway, yes, next weekend might be. You never know. It might be next. It's definitely not going to happen any earlier than maybe Sunday morning Iran time. It's not going to happen any time earlier than that. Not from our part. You got to watch Israel, though, because you never know what's going to fly with that. You all have a great rest of the day. Mom and Navi, Kevin, Tank, Sean, all of you in there. Dead Son, Astro, Fringe, everybody. Love to all of you. All of you on TikTok as well. You all have a